Sometimes characters come to you and you don't know from where they came. I was working on a novel called The Face, and into my head came the line, "My name is Odd Thomas, I lead an unusual life." And I didn't know what that meant or what I would do with it, but I knew it was the start of a story. I turned around and wrote it down on a yellow legal pad, which I make notes on, and the next thing I knew, I was writing longhand the story, the opening chapter. And I never have before or since written longhand. But I stayed with it all day and wrote the first chapter longhand, and then had to go back and finish The Face before I could get to Odd Thomas. Where he came from, I don't know. It's a total mystery. I was in LA in a meeting where I met a very famous movie star. I'll never say who. And he was a jerk of the highest order, very arrogant. It gave me this interesting idea. What about a very, very wealthy A-list movie star who lives in a 50-some thousand square foot house on a few acres in Bel Air and has a child? A child is 12, 13, whatever he may be. What would his life be like when his father is away frequently shooting films, when his mother is a supermodel, that they're divorced and he never sees her either, and his family is the staff who takes care of the house? And then something starts to happen very bad. Some kidnapper comes into the situation. What would it be like for a child to be in that situation? And that book became one of my favorites also, because the character for Rick, the boy, just grew and grew in my mind as the story went. So although I never got to make a movie with that A-list star, I ended up with a novel that came out of the meeting. Ashley Bell was inspired by the fact that a friend of mine developed a very aggressive brain cancer and was told he had only a year to live, that no one had ever lived longer than a year. After he passed the year mark and was still perfectly healthy in every regard except for this, I thought, I want to write a story about a character who is given this same diagnosis and not only survives a year, but beats it forever. And beats it because there's some talent she has that she doesn't even know she has. So writing this story was my way of trying to write him a nice long life. And the strangest fact is, 5 years later, he was the longest surviving person with this and still doing very well. So sometimes life actually follows fiction.